Hi, Emma. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. So sorry that it took a little while to get to this. I'm usually booked up for at least a week or two. Let me explain a little, just a smidgen. I hear, see, feel, sense, sometimes smell and taste. I know. It's just they come to me in pictures. It's called spiritual charades. So I have to try to describe the picture that they show me. It's just the way they communicate with me. Sometimes it's pictures. Sometimes I hear them. And so I stink at names. I always have to tell you that. So if I say a name, it'll start with that. Whatever name I say, it'll start with that initial at least. And you might have to think outside the box a little bit. I don't know why. Don't. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. So I don't ask for everything to be validations, because I feel like too many mediums pat themselves on the back because look what I can do. I can prove what I can do. I can prove what I can do. I ask for at least a couple of validations from them, and the rest of it is a message to you. That's the way I work. So let's see what Mom has to say. Okay. She's coming through, and it's a newspaper that she has. She has something that she's reading. She's reading it up kind of close. She's holding it up in front of her face where it's hard for me to see her. She's in the living room. It's not very clear yet. The newspapers. They never waste a message. They never waste their energy. So there's some reason she's showing me herself with this newspaper stuck up here like this. She's mentioning a male with a CCH name. Something about a car. Something about a car. Okay, in the beginning, it kind of takes some of them a little while to kind of get to rolling, get to talking. So I just throw out every single thing she shows me or says. She's talking about habits, bad habits. She showed me somebody that chews their fingernails just constantly, chews their fingernails, chews them to the quick. She says you're just as beautiful as the day you were born. She shows me her heart's this freaking big. With love for you. I'm sorry I left the way I did. She's telling me I'm hesitating. Quit hesitating and just say it. Because so far we're just getting little snippets. So let's get her going. She says to tell Uncle so-and-so. Like I said, I think I blocked names because I just don't. I used to get them exact and I don't anymore. So anyway, tell him to back off. I don't know if she means her uncle or your uncle. Tell him to back off. You're doing just fine with your life. This is my right side. She's standing over here right now talking, so she's not showing me anything. She says the car was a mess. No, I did not hurt. She's showing me that there was an elderly lady waiting for her. I think all older ladies have the white curly permed hair. It seems like they all come through like that. Let's see if we can tell who it is. Mom or Grandma? Feels more like she'd be the age to be her mother. So even if her mother's still here, then there was a mother type figure. It could be grandmother that felt like a mother, though. It doesn't have to be blood mother. Somebody who felt like her mother was waiting for her with open arms. Now she's showing me a picture of myself. So my name starts with an R. I don't know if that's, she's trying to get her going. Something about the races. Something about racing, car racing, horse racing, car racing. You need to be clear. Now she's showing me picture of people sitting around a kitchen table. Somebody's smoking. Somebody's drinking. Playing cards. Being very loud about it. Accusing somebody of cheating. Wanting to switch partners because one team's losing and they want to switch partners. They're tired of always having a losing partner. There's snacks on the counter. And she's showing me what I believe was you when you were young, really young. So you're not going to remember, but at some point as you got a little older, you know that this happened. She says, don't forget to keep your family close, to keep your family tight, and like do things like this at home with the family, is what she's saying. Doesn't have to cost a lot. Let them smoke in the house if they want to. That's what she's saying. Now she's showing herself and this same older lady that was waiting for her when she passed, holding the grandchild. This child already knows her. This child sees her. She goes into the baby's room after everybody goes to sleep, and she does the get you goo, playing. And the baby sees her, and children and animals see spirit, and we don't shut it down until we get older, and the adults start telling us, you can't have that imaginary friend. This isn't true. Stop doing that. So children see them all the time. So when you see this child looking up in the corner and there's nothing there, yeah, there is. Mom's watching out for her. She's showing herself as mainly just sitting across the room and watching the baby. And the baby just looks at her. Kind of like, hi, I see you. I know you're there. She's showing that she uses some of her energy and she points and she makes it like a light on the wall. So when it's dark in the baby's room, it'll be like a light on the wall and the baby will watch it. Now she's showing a big bag of barbecue potato chips. She says she wants to eat the whole bag, but she knows it's not good for you. And I'm not sure if she's talking about you doing it or her doing it. And popcorn. They love to come back and talk about sitting with somebody eating popcorn because popcorn is like a cozy moment, where you sit down in the evening, you got your jammies on, you're all relaxed, and you've got your family next to you. And you're not worried about all the bills and shit. Oops, sorry. I'm drinking call it my Tomaine tea. Our city is flooding. We live next to the Missouri River, and we're flooding, and we're under a boil advisory. So I boiled some water, so now I'm eating Tomaine contaminated tea water, I think. We'll see. If I start running to the bathroom, we'll know. She's showing me you looking very sad. Very sad, kind of depressed. And she tries to get in front of you and put her fingers under your chin, and lift your head up. She wants you to lift your head up. She's doing this so you can actually feel. It won't feel like my fingers under here, but it'll feel like a little bit of pressure. Sometimes everybody's different and their energy comes through different. It might feel like tingling. It might feel like goosebumps. It might feel like a feather tickling you. She's trying to put her fingers under your chin and lift your head up. She wants you to look at the sun, not look at the ground. She says life is beautiful and it is what you make of it, and have a freaking party. Party hardy. Dance like nobody's watching. She's mentioning this uncle again. Don't listen to him. Your babies are wanting to get closer with you. On a, I don't want to say spiritual because I want you to think of the word, on a, not on a soul level, maybe personal level. That's not the word I want either. You gotta help me. On a gut level. She says on a gut level. Like really one-on-one connection. She's walking around with a balloon. It says happy birthday, but it's turned backwards. So somebody just had a birthday. And she's acknowledging that. She says she was there. She sat down and ate with them. She says you should make everybody feel special on their special day. It's a happy day, happy day, happy day. She's mentioning church. You don't have to go to church to believe. God doesn't live in that building. You don't have to be in those four walls to know that there is something bigger out there. I'm trying to get her to give some evidence, some more evidence. She mentions a white cat. Looks like it's got a few little black spots on it. I can't tell if it's here or there. Usually, a lot of times I can tell whether it's with her or she talks to it here. But she's not showing me which way. There's the smoke again. She's mentioning a big pot of something that she used to cook all the time. You're going to smell that. And any of the signs that I talk about, like smelling that pot of whatever it was that will remind you of her, when you smell that, say, "Thank you, Mom, I love you, bring me more." Telemarketer. Once you start acknowledging the signs, they'll bring you more. They'll show you more stuff. Then you'll start seeing them once you get the hang of it. She said, "Poo poo on all those feathers like everybody else does." She's going to do something else. Okay, she's showing as you walk from what looks like the living room into the kitchen. Anyway, the kitchen, walking into the kitchen inside the house. And she's got her hand up on the wall and she's tapping. She's tapping with her fingers on the wall. Like, of course, that's my table's glass, so that not gonna. So go in there where you walk through there and tap your fingers on the wall, and it's not going to be that loud as if you're doing it because you have physical fingers, but it will be. You'll hear something. You'll hear something similar to that, so you'll know kind of what the noise is to listen for. She says, "No, there's not rats in your wall." And something about the outside the front door. Something about the doorbell. She's trying to make the doorbell ring. I don't think they understand. Some of this stuff can be scary if you're sitting at home by yourself and somebody's playing around outside your door. She says she agrees with how you handled things. She says you're letting other people put thoughts in your head. Well, you should have done it this way or you should do it that way. She says follow your gut, and I'm going to help guide you. Follow your gut. It's not their life. It's your path. Do what feels right in your gut, and don't let them sway you. Don't let them hammer on your head. She wants you to let go of any regrets that you have concerning you and her. We both learned something from the things that we did. You did not break my heart. I'm very proud of you. Don't be too stuffy. Don't worry about the crumbs on the counter. Worry about the people that made the crumbs. I like that. I've never heard any of them say that before. She says, life is a party. It's, it's the party that you make it. It's totally up to you. So don't let other people make your party something that you don't want it to be. She's showing that she pops in on a male too. A male. I'm not getting a good feeling for who's related to who. Usually I can tell if it's grandmother, aunts, and whatever. But it feels like a son to you. So it could even be a neighbor, it could be a nephew, but feels like a son to you. It could be your own son. She pops in on this male a lot. A little worried about him, keeping an eye on him. And she shows her heart like this. Loves him. Loves him so much. And he hears her. And sometimes when they try to say something to you, it will just sound like a or a high pitch in one ear. Something along that line. Because you don't always hear the words that they're trying to say. I think I don't remember. She already say she's saying it again anyway. Never been a disappointment to her ever. Get that out of your head. She's going to be there to guide you now, but in a different way. So you will, okay. Says you will feel those little nudges, like if you are going to go do something, and your gut starts twisting, and you're almost going to feel her hands on your shoulder, like turning you away from it. She's going to try to help steer you on your path. So now she can help you probably more there than she could in real life. Actually, she's showing me herself, and then behind her, and they're all silhouettes because they're not going to show me. You have a whole team out there. You have a whole team behind her, and they're all ready and willing to help you. You have to allow them to help you. Yeah, she wants me to tell you, you have free will choice. They can stand there and watch you, and you can buy a broken down house, let's say, instead of buying the pretty one next door to it. you choose the broken down one and it's not your best choice, there's nothing they can do about it. That's your free will choice. They can sit up there and go, oh God, look what Rhonda's doing again. Why did she do that? We tried to help her do the other thing. But you know in your gut. You know in your gut. So she says you have to ask. You have to ask them, but you also have to allow them. And I tell people all the time, write it down. Write down what it is that you want. Make it clear to them, because when your little squirrel brain starts running around and changing your mind all the time, they don't know how to help you. They can seriously bring people to you that you will meet, that will help you on your next step, whatever it is you're wanting to do in your life. It can open doors for you. You can't believe when I ask for things, all of a sudden, who calls me or who messages me, or the things that pop up, the opportunities for me. And it's my choice whether to do it or not. But they can bring them to you. So you need to ask, but you need to be willing to accept, because it won't be exactly like you think in your head. Mom's wanting me to preach to you. It'll be what they know to be the best way or the best path to get there. She seems to walk around your living room quite a bit in some great big fuzzy slippers. So you might even hear the sound of those slippers scuffing across the floor. Sorry. Then she shows a German Shepherd as she's walking across the floor in these big fuzzy slippers. A German Shepherd coming up to try to grab him because he thinks it's his toy. He thinks it's his big plush toy. And I see the word Max. And I believe that's concerning this dog. So it could be an M.A. name. And now she's holding up a peach. A whole peach. With the skin on. She's taking a bite of it. So that should resonate with you somehow. And she wants you to eat more of those too. She says you've already been through the dark night of the soul. I've heard of that. I don't know exactly what it means, so you'll have to Google it. She says you've already been through it. So your path should be lighter and brighter now. She says you're the head honcho now. Use it. Make it worth your while. She's not real talkative. And she's going back to this newspaper back in front of her face. I think she's done. She's covering her face up. Now she showed that birthday balloon again, and she let go of it. It's flying away. I'm not sure what she means with that. Cup of coffee. Still that cigarette smoke somewhere. Kick your heels up, enjoy life to the fullest while you're here. It can be a party if you make it. She must like to party. She likes this party word. But she's right. It is what we make it. It can be a party, or we can sit in the corner and be grumpy all our life. It's our choice. It's our free will choice. She wants you to kick your heels up. And don't worry about the crumbs on the counter. I like that. That'll be my excuse not to clean house. I got more important things to do. Oh, she's reminding me of something I heard once. There was a nurse, a hospice nurse, and she said when she started doing her job that she found out there's more important things in the world as she's taking care of these people as they're dying. There's more important things in the world than cleaning house and vacuuming a floor. Go do those. That's what she's saying. Go do those. There's your excuse not to vacuum the floor today. And Mom said so. It's not all that important. If you see my house, you know I believe that. It's in sad shape. It needs help. So do I. It's me. Okay, we're gonna let her go because she's back behind that paper. She's got all these little hearts floating up out from behind that paper. She says, "I love you. I am around. I am around. You're gonna hear me. You're gonna smell that. You're gonna smell the smoke. You're gonna smell whatever's in that pot. Something that's gonna remind you of Mom that she used to cook. The tapping on the wall, trying to mess with the doorbell." She says she doesn't want to scare you. She just wants you to know that she's still there with you, keeping an eye on you, helping, trying to help. And then she shows me that whole team. There's a whole team out there that's ready and willing to help. So you have all kinds of guides. You have joy guides. I call in financial guides. So far, I haven't won the lottery, so they're not doing a very good job. It's like it's all these guides out there. Gosh, I can't think of some of the. I can't. There's all different categories of guides for different things in your life, and they come and they go, depending on what your life needs at this moment. It's not always the same guide. And like if I have trouble with finances, I ask for my financial guide, and I ask for my stepdad, who was a financial whiz, because I don't want to call in Uncle Joe, who didn't have a pot to piss in, who didn't know how to make or spend money. You call in somebody who had experience with it and knows what it's like down here. So she's wanting me to remind you that and showing all these guides, and there's actually a couple of angels up there with beautiful wings. And they're all there waiting to help you. You have to ask and you have to allow. I'm just feeling Archangel Michael back behind me. So ask for Archangel Michael. He's the one that always has the shield on and a big sword, and he's the warrior. He's the one that'll protect you the most. So call on him. He's my mighty warrior. I ask for him every morning to come in and stand behind me and protect me. And everybody can do that. Everybody. Okay. She's blowing you kisses and says to tell her, I love you. I love you. I thought she said cherub, but it was so soft I couldn't really hear it. I'm trying to see if I can get her to speak up. She's talking kind of soft. I thought she was going to call you a nickname. Okay, I'm going to let her go. Anyway, I hope some of this resonates with you. I hope you understand that she is there, that she's watching the grandchild and watching some other young man. Watch for the signs, acknowledge the signs, and once, like I said, once you do, she'll bring you more. Just got a really, really sharp pain right here in my tummy. Like something stabbed me like a hot poker, so I'm not sure how that's related. Why when I looked back over there at her, I got that really sharp pain right in my gut. Kind of like a knife stabbing in there. All right, gonna let her go. Hope you enjoy. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, and oracle card advisor. Much love to you. See you later.